Okay, so let me tell you a little story. Back some years ago, when I was fairly new in this business, it'd been a number of years, but I was buying all these rental properties, and that was my thing, building cash flow and getting rentals that cash flowed. Now, I found this one property, and I found it actually, it was in like a thrifty nickel paper, a little, the 7-Eleven, your little papers that you find and that. And it was ad in there. And I read the ad, and I couldn't believe it. The ad was something, 30-unit apartment building. It was in Kentucky, and I was living in Missouri at the time. But it was a 30-unit property. It was a couple hours away from me. And the cash flow, it had like gross was like over $9,000 a month. And I was like, holy cow. And they were asking $150,000 for this property. And I'm like going, putting the numbers. I'm like, man, this is some massive cash flow. I can't believe this deal. So I called him up. It was like that evening. I called up, talked to the owner, and it was all true. And I said, well, listen, I want to come over and look at it. And she said, oh, well, I've already got 2 other people that are coming to look at it. I said, well, have they signed anything? Have you signed a paper? Well, no, but they're coming. They called before you, and they're first in line. I said, well, when are they coming? This was I think it was a Thursday. I think it was on Thursday or something. Oh, well, one of them's coming on Monday, and then the other one's coming the next week sometime. And wait a minute, I said, have they paid you anything? Given you a deposit or sign a paper or anything? Well, no. I said, well, look, how do you know they're going to perform? They're waiting, making you wait days or even a week to come look at it, and you don't know if they're even going to do anything, if they're even going to put the deal together for sure. I said, I can be there tomorrow. I'll come early in the morning. And I did. I drove over there. I left like 6 a.m. I got over there about 8 a.m., met with her, and there was an on-site manager. And this was like 30 units in like 7 or 8 different buildings. And there was an 8-plex, a 6-plex, some 4-plexes, duplexes, and a little single house. And I had an on-site manager, which was great because I'm 2 hours away. So I told her, I said, hey, I'd like to look over the books. I just want to verify because it sounds like an amazing cash flow on this deal, and that's how I like to buy them. I like to buy cash flow deals. So I was over there, spent the whole day there, and I looked at every unit. I looked over the properties. I went over all the books and everything. Oh my God, it was for real. And it come down to the owner paid utilities, the heat, electric, and everything like that, because there were old houses that were converted into small multi-units. But I looked at the utility bills and that. I had them pull all the utility bills and everything, looked it all over, what the expenses were. This thing had like over $5,000 a month net cash flow for $150,000. That's cheap. That's cheap. They were older properties, but well maintained. I had a handyman on site too. Besides the manager, there was a handyman. Everything was taken care of. So I wrote it up. I wrote a contract on it after I was content with everything and did my due diligence on it. I wrote up a contract on it to do some further inspections, but then to purchase it, to tie it up. And I got that deal. I ended up owning that property, and it made a tremendous amount of money. It's cash flowing. So the moral of the story is, don't wait around on these deals. I get so many people who are like, oh, I'll be over there in 2 or 3 days, come look at it. Man, don't wait. You can't wait on these deals. If it's a hot deal, somebody else is going to get it. These people were snoozing. They weren't coming for days, and one wasn't even coming until the next week. That's not serious. Come on, man. You got to be a player in this game. You got to hustle and get out there and get it. Snooze, you lose. So I got the deal. I made the money, and you need to get on them. Because if you snooze around and wait and procrastinate, you're going to lose a lot of money. So when you find a hot deal, get on it, make it happen. If the seller calls you, call them right back as soon as you can. Get on that deal, or have somebody else do it. But somebody get in contact and make this deal happen.